Hey everybody, David here, and today I want to talk about my spoiler thoughts on Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. If you haven't seen this movie yet and you want to avoid spoilers, go watch my non-spoiler review. This is going to be everything that I have thoughts on about the more spoilery stuff about the movie. So let's get right into it. Holy shit, Wanda goes batshit insane, starting from the top. When that opening happened and you see Wanda in the first couple minutes, you wonder, okay, where are they going with this? Because I had heard theories that Wanda was going to turn in this movie. And I bought into those theories because if you do look at the trailers, you can see how they could be trying to trick you that Wanda was going to be good in this movie. I could see definitely how there were some lines of dialogue in the trailers that were kind of alluding to the fact that she could be taking a darker turn in this one, but I didn't know how they were going to set it up. So to have her right off the bat, already after America Chavez, was such an interesting heel turn that I'm not a wrestling fan, but I understand the word heel. Heel is when someone turns to a darker path. I thought that was really cool right off the bat, and how Doctor Strange realizes, and because I didn't catch it the first time when she says America Chavez's name. I would, if I was in these superhero movies, I'd be dead in 5 seconds because I would not know when someone's screwing me over. And Wanda would definitely get me right away because I'd be like, okay, I'll bring her here. But Doctor Strange, he realized, wait a minute, I didn't tell her the name. So when that happened, I'm like, oh crap, that's right. He didn't say her name. That's when all hell breaks loose. The battle at Karmitage with Wanda was so good. The movie was really dark and really, for those of you that want a dark MCU film, yeah, there are some moments of humor, but I would say this really leans into the horror aspect, which I'll admit, I think I liked the movie even more on my second viewing, because on my second viewing, I was allowed to allow the movie be what it was. Now that I knew what the movie was, I could sit back and judge it for what it is, instead of what I thought it was going to be. This road trip into the multiverse, and I thought we were going to see all these different multiverse, which we kind of do, but not to I thought it was going to be like a road trip into the multiverse, that we were going to travel into other places and see different variations of Doctor Strange and Wanda, and we didn't really see what I thought it was going to be. But now seeing it on a second viewing, I think I was able to view it more on its own standards and what it was, and I enjoyed it a lot more on my second viewing. Not that I didn't like it on my first viewing. Of course, if you watched my review, I did, but I did feel a little disappointed at the same time when I first saw it. But now watching it the second time, I think I liked it a lot more. I thought the Illuminati was great. Let's talk about this Illuminati. The Illuminati show up, and they consist of Professor Xavier, who was the last one introduced, that we all knew because the trailers had let it know. Captain Marvel, who is Maria Rambeau from the Captain Marvel movie, Monica Rambeau's mother. We also got Captain Carter, which the trailers have also teased, but finally getting to see Haley Atwell as Captain Carter was really cool. And then the two characters that we didn't know that were going to be in the movie, Black Bolt, played by the same actor who played him, who I'm forgetting his name right now, but he's the same actor that played him in the Inhumans TV series, that not great series. Getting to have him return as the role, it shows that, look, we don't care if they bring back some of these actors from shows or movies that we didn't care about. It's still kind of cool that they come back and get redeemed in some way. So, and he wasn't bad in the part. Like, the acting on Inhumans wasn't the problem. It was just the show in general, right? So, getting to see him back and in the true costume of what it looks like in the comics was really cool. And then, of course, the one that I didn't see coming at all until it was leaked. And I wish I didn't see those leaked images, because I would have loved this even more if it was surprised. John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic, which was a fan choice for the longest time. Marvel clearly heard the fans and was like, okay, let's go for it. Let's give the fans in this one what they want. Will he continue to play Mr. Fantastic in the main MCU timeline? I guess it doesn't really matter if he does or doesn't. I hope he does. I think I don't think he really had time to really process what he wanted this character to be. And if they can get him to play this character in a movie where he can develop the character a lot better, I think we could see something really cool with John Krasinski as Reed Richards. But it was really cool seeing. I kind of hope that it would have. I was kind of thinking at the same time, I kind of wish they got Ian Grufford. I think that's the actor's name, who played Mr. Fantastic in the 2005 film. The two Fantastic Four movies with Chris Evans, but John Krasinski, I'm not going to argue with that either. So either one is better than Miles Teller as Reed Richards. And I like Miles Teller as an actor, but that Fantastic Four movie, maybe that's one that's good to just forget about. Other than that, look, Wanda, my hope for Wanda, because a lot of this is really about Wanda. My hope for Wanda is that she's not dead and buried underneath there. I hope that it's always a rule in movies that if you don't see the body, then that means there's hope that she could still be alive. And I think even Kevin Feige said that once. I don't know. But yeah, I really want to see that reunion that WandaVision kind of set up at the end of WandaVision, when Wanda and fake Vision were saying goodbye to each other. They kind of alluded, Vision says something to the effect of, first I was an AI, artificial intelligence program, then I became a robot in physical form, and now I became a memory that you created. Who knows what I'll be next? And we already know what he'll be next, because there's a white Vision out there in space somewhere, as far as we know, flying out there in the cosmos. And we do want to see that reunion with Wanda and Vision, because once that happens, that's when the real Tommy and Billy will be born. But until then, we gotta wait and see. My thoughts is that Wanda's not dead, and that they will bring her back somehow. But if this is the end, I'll be kind of sad. That's another thing that I was a little conflicted by, the way Wanda's story ended here. But I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I don't want to jump to conclusions yet. I just hope that this is not the end of Wanda, and that because I am also surprised. You have Professor Xavier in this movie. I'm surprised they didn't lean into the mutant aspect, like give hints of mutants into the MCU. They had Professor X there. That was cool, but not even the name drop of mutants yet. That he's a mutant. I really did think that Xavier at one moment was going to tell Wanda, you're not what you think. You are a mutant. I thought he would have said something to that extent, and he didn't. And obviously, we don't know when the word mutants is going to make its way into the MCU, but that was something big that I thought was going to happen. I'm sure a lot of other people were too. It's going to be interesting to see how they integrate mutants into the MCU. Some people believe that mutants will be created eventually, like at a certain moment. I mean, you're going to have to update Magneto's origins anyways, because Magneto at this point is going to be over 100 years old. So in order to keep Magneto young and fresh, yeah, you are going to have to update the X-Men a little bit. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, yeah, but he was a Jewish Holocaust survivor. And I understand that, but like, it's not going to work. If you want Magneto in the current MCU, that background is not going to work for today. And you could say, oh, yeah, but his mutant power, that's not his mutant powers. His mutant powers does not keep him young. That's Wolverine. So with Magneto, you got to find another way around it. And I think racism, someone brought this up, racism is a great way, even if you want to keep him as Jewish. I mean, there's still people that attack the Jews. And I think, yeah, you can still keep Magneto as a young Jewish immigrant and play around with him as that. But you have to change it. He's no longer from the Holocaust. That's what I think you have to do. So, yeah, Magneto's definitely going to need an upgrade. But keeping on the movie at hand, yeah, there were a lot of stuff about this movie. I was surprised that we didn't go through a lot of, like, there were only 2 different multiverses that we really saw in this movie. And that was the first one where the Illuminati, I guess, lived, right? And I really did think it was cool seeing that one shot of the Illuminati killing their Strange, and that you see that one shot of Thanos already dead. I thought that was really cool. The end credit scenes, I'll admit, when I saw Charlize Theron come out, I was like, who the hell is this? I don't know anything. I do know now that she plays a character named Clea, I think. Clea. And she is like the niece of Dormammu. So if that's the case, it will be interesting to see where they go next. A lot of people are already speculating Secret Wars might be that next area. I would love to see Secret Wars. I only know what I know from the animated stuff. So to me, Secret Wars is like the animated Spider-Man series when it went to their final thing where Spider-Man gathered together some of the most heroes from the Marvel universe. But from what it's being described to me is that, no, David, this is completely different. This is what it's actually about. And it involves the multiverse. From what it sounds like, it's going to use more from a more current take on the multiverse, a 2015 run or something like that, I think I heard. So, yeah, look, I'm always interested in what Marvel's doing by this point. I think even their lowest standard movies, I think, are still pretty entertaining. And even though I don't consider this one like top 5 or top 10, it is still a worthy movie to check out. And I can see how some people will love this movie and how some people would probably be like me and say, okay, it wasn't the best, but it was good. It was really good. It was a good time. And so go and check this movie out. You know what I thought of it. If you don't, go check out my non-spoiler review. I gave my rating there. I'm giving a different type of rating nowadays. I'm not doing like numbers anymore. I'm going to do worthy or not worthy, and in honor of Thor. And I'll say the movie was worthy for me. So go and check it out, and leave down your spoilery thoughts in the comment section below. Is there something that I should have talked about? Maybe. Did the movie need more cameos? Nah, I liked it the way it was. So comment below, tell me your thoughts, and until next time, everybody, take care.